The emergency session of the Galactic Council convened in the obsidian chamber of Station Zenith 9, floating in neutral space between 7 star systems. Ambassador Emma Richardson stood before the semicircular assembly of alien dignitaries, her jaw clenched so tight it ached. Beside her, Commander Harry Chen's hand rested on his sidearm, a gesture that hadn't gone unnoticed by the assembled representatives. The Velkari ambassador, a crystalline being whose facets refracted the chamber's dim lighting into rainbow patterns, spoke first. Its voice resonated through translation nodes embedded in the walls. The human delegation protests too much. The Kepler 442 colony violated Sector 7 protocols. Our peacekeeping fleet acted within established parameters. Peacekeeping? Emma's voice cracked like a whip through the chamber. You glassed an entire settlement. 15,000 civilians, children, elderly, farmers who'd never even seen a weapon. You called that peacekeeping? The Thexlar representative, a bulky reptilian creature with 4 arms and scales that shifted from green to angry crimson, hissed softly. Your species was warned. Expansion beyond designated zones would not be tolerated. You disregarded our authority. Harry stepped forward, his movements controlled but radiating barely suppressed rage. We filed the proper colonization requests 8 months ago. You buried them in bureaucratic delays while telling us the system was contested. It wasn't. Your own charts showed it uninhabited. Irrelevant, clicked the insectoid Zixara delegate, its mandibles clacking. The council has spoken. Humanity will withdraw from 12 systems, pay reparations of 700 billion credits, and submit all future expansion plans for approval, a process that may take decades. Emma felt her blood turn to ice, then to fire. For 6 years, humanity had played by their rules. They'd sat at this table, filed their paperwork, smiled through the condescension and casual prejudice. The council viewed humans as upstart primitives, barely a century into FTL travel. Not worth taking seriously, but the Kepler 442 massacre changed everything. No, Emma said quietly. The chamber fell silent. The word hung in the recycled air like a bomb waiting to detonate. The Velkari's crystalline structure pulsed with what might have been amusement. You refuse the council's judgment? We do. Harry's hand moved to his collar, tapping a concealed transmitter. As of this moment, Earth and all human colonies are withdrawing from the Galactic Council, effective immediately. Chaos erupted. Multiple ambassadors surged to their feet, or whatever appendages they used for standing. The Thexlar representative roared, spittle flying. You cannot. No species has ever. You think you can survive without council protection? The Velkari's voice took on a mocking tone. Your fleets are primitive. Your weapons crude. There are a dozen empires that would devour your worlds before your year ends. Emma smiled, and there was nothing warm in it. Is that a threat, Ambassador? An observation of reality? Then let me share some reality with you. Emma pulled a data chip from her pocket and inserted it into the chamber's holographic projector. Images flickered to life, schematics, tactical readouts, fleet positions. The council members fell silent as they recognized what they were seeing. For the past 6 years, Emma began, her voice steady and cold. While you delayed our requests and patronized us at every turn, humanity has been busy. You thought we were just naive newcomers, desperate for your approval. You were wrong. The hologram shifted, showing massive shipyards in orbit around Jupiter, Saturn, and a dozen colony worlds. We've built a fleet. Not the exploration vessels you've seen, real warships. 1,800 dreadnoughts, 4,000 cruisers, and 12,000 support craft. Each one incorporating technology you assumed we were decades away from developing. Harry took over. Humans have a saying. Necessity is the mother of invention. You know what else we have? Paranoia. We knew species like yours wouldn't accept us as equals, so we prepared. The Zixara delegate's antennae quivered. This is impossible. Our intelligence networks would have detected. Your intelligence networks work for us now, Emma interrupted. About 40% of them anyway. Turns out when you treat entire species like second-class citizens, some of them get resentful. They talk, they share. They help the new species that treats them with respect. The hologram changed again, showing a star map with human territory highlighted. Then like a virus spreading, the highlighted regions expanded. Not into empty space, but surrounding the Council's core worlds. Our fleets aren't just defending human space, Harry said. They're already in position around every council homeworld. Not as an act of war yet, but as a reminder that you are not invulnerable. The Velkari's facets dulled, losing their lustrous sheen. You would threaten all galactic civilization over one colony? Emma's eyes blazed. 15,000 people. Say their names in your sleep, Ambassador. Because we will. Kepler 442 wasn't just a colony. They were families. Scientists, artists, children who wrote stories about making friends with aliens. Her voice broke slightly, then hardened. You taught us that friendship was never an option. What do you want? The Thexlar's scales had shifted to a submissive pale yellow. A new arrangement, Emma replied. One based on actual equality. Humanity gets full council voting rights. Our territory is recognized. The officers who ordered the Kepler 442 strike are tried for war crimes. And every species in this council gets the same protections. Real ones, enforced ones. And if we refuse? The Velkari asked, though its voice had lost all confidence. Harry's smile was predatory. Humanity has another saying. Don't start fights, but always finish them. You started this. But you really don't want to see how we finish it. The silence that followed was absolute. Emma could hear the recycled air whispering through the vents, the subtle hum of the station's gravity generators. The ambassadors exchanged glances, complex communications passing between species that had worked together for millennia. Finally, the Velkari spoke, its voice subdued. The Council will consider your terms. You have 72 hours, Emma said flatly. After that, we start publishing everything. Every species you've exploited, every resource you've stolen, every inconvenient civilization you've peace-kept into extinction. Your empire of lies ends one way or another. As Emma and Harry turned to leave, the Zixara called out, Humanity was supposed to be different. You claim to value peace, cooperation, harmony. Emma paused at the doorway, looking back over her shoulder. We do, but we value justice more, and we've learned that sometimes peace only comes after you show tyrants the price of their cruelty. She straightened. You crossed the line. We're just drawing a new one you'll respect or else. The door sealed behind them with a hiss. In the corridor, Harry let out a long breath. Think they'll comply? Emma's expression remained hard. They don't have a choice. For the first time in their long, comfortable history, they're not the apex predators. She looked at him. How long until our fleets are actually ready? Harry checked his wrist display. About 4 months. Then we'd better hope our bluff holds. Emma allowed herself a grim smile. Come on, we have a new galaxy to build. One where the strong protect the weak instead of exploiting them. As they walked toward their shuttle, neither mentioned the weight they carried, the responsibility of leading humanity into an uncertain future. But both knew that after today, the galaxy would never underestimate humans again. The Galactic Council had crossed the line, and humanity had shown them exactly what fury looked like when unleashed.